On Tuesday night, we showed you this.
I'm just going to object that.
City councilors and staff members exchanging angry words about the housing deadline for the asylum seekers. But tonight, a different tone. Clapping and celebrating after the confusion cleared and resolutions were made about the next steps in a very complicated process. News Center's Cameron O'Brien was at tonight's meeting that started the process of divvying up the many donations to help asylum seekers. Cam?
Hey, good evening, Pat. In the last month and a half, the city of Portland has seen an overwhelming amount of public generosity. How overwhelming? Let's break it down. In total, the city of Portland received $900,000 in donations. So far, $870,000 has been collected. The other $30,000 are pledges waiting to be processed through PayPal. And get this, $589,000 of that money came from Mainers themselves. Some other numbers to share tonight. People from 266 municipalities statewide pitched in, and nearly 4,000 people donated in total. A great job and a huge donation total. So now the question is, how is the city going to spend it? And we got some clarity on that issue tonight.
Asking the City Council's Finance Committee to appropriate that $870,000 into the Health and Human Services social service budget that will give city staff discretion to be able to really focus on helping the asylum seekers who are currently both in the family shelter and in the Expo, assist them to more permanent housing.
So I want to be clear here that $870,000 cannot be spent before August 12th. That's when the entire city council will meet to officially vote on how to spend the money. But tonight, the Finance Committee unanimously approved the plan to move the funds and came up with some ideas on how to spend it. The first priority, of course, is housing. Asylum seekers are being covered by general assistance now, thanks to Governor Mills's emergency rule change, but that's still going to take some time. It still has to go through a 90-day public hearing period before it becomes final. Tonight, the city also brainstormed ideas about how to use a portion of the donations to offset the burden of general assistance on other communities.
So in Portland, for instance, we budget for this all the time, and it's a fairly healthy budget. But other cities and towns that a lot of these folks will be going to live may not have made that kind of a budget allocation in the course of their budgeting. So one of the things that we've been talking about internally as staff is through these, again, donations, not through city funds, but through donations, that we would be able to seek to assist some of these cities and towns in the early stages of the transition for families who will be moving to their community.
The city also discussed reimbursing nonprofit partners and the city itself for expenses incurred at the Expo from June 12th through August 15th. FEMA is setting aside a portion of their budget to aid cities like Portland, who have taken a number of asylum seekers in. City Manager John Jennings says Senator King, Senator Collins, and Representative Shelley Pingree were instrumental in helping to siphon off some of those federal funds. The city will be applying for reimbursement through that program. Again, nothing will happen with that money until that August 12th City Council meeting, and after that, people who donated will be able to see how their money is being spent through monthly breakdowns that will be posted on the city's website. Back to you, Pat.
Thank you.